Assalamu alaikum. This is Ehkam Ansari. Student, we are going to start our first chapter, that is Advanced Web Designing. In previous lecture we have seen some topic of this chapter like form. We have seen some sub tag of form tag, that is input tag, and we have seen different attributes of input tag. Student, now we will continue with our previous lecture, that is input tag and its attribute. So our today's topic is input tag and its attribute. As we know, input tag is a tag of form tag which is used to accept value from the user. So you have seen in number of forms like admission form or registration form or any types of form. You have seen in that form you have to enter some information. That information may be in the form of text, number, audio, video or images. So these kinds of information we have to collect by using a form. That's why we use form tag and input tag. So we have already learned some important input tags and its attribute. Now in today's lecture, our topic of discussion is input restriction. What is input restriction? As we know, the meaning of restriction is nothing but to stop someone or to restrict someone. For example, if you want to allow a student to fill a form, so in that case you have to write email id, contact number. In that email id and contact number, student must enter the valid email id and valid contact number. Means the contact number cannot be blank or email id cannot be blank. Means these are some guidelines which you are going to follow while we are going to fill a form. So these types of restriction are nothing but that these are the attributes of input tag, but these are input restriction. Why? Because it restrict the user to enter only the specified value. You are not free to enter any value. For example, contact number. As we know, contact number must be number. So if any user enter other than number, so this field will pop up a message that you have to enter only numbers. In some cases, if you are going to enter email id, again email id have an international standard. If you are going to write wrong information or wrong email id, means email id have a certain international standard, like you have to have at the rate symbol, you have to have dot symbol. Means these are the some standard given by the W3C, that is World Wide Web Consortium. You have to follow. So if you don't follow these rules, this will display a message and it will stop you to entering the wrong information. These type of the restriction are called as a input restriction. Okay, or in simple you can say it's a simple rule given by the web application or given by the W3C. Means you have to follow these rules, and or you can say it's a simple law given by the W3C. So if you are going to violate this law, you will get some message that you have to carry and you have to follow these rules and regulation. So we will start what is input restriction and how to use in our application. So we have in last lecture we have seen how to start our web application. So in this lecture we will talk about input restriction, and basically we will see three input restriction. These are, just see, input restriction. These are disabled, min, max. We have n number of input restriction, but in today's lecture we will talk about these three, that is disabled, min and max. What is mean by disabled? As the disabled word is clearly says that anything which you write on your web application, it will be disabled. Means you cannot access this field, this input tag you cannot access. Means if you write any input tag, that is input type equal text, if you write, it will be disabled. You will not access, or you are unable to access this field. That's why it's called the input type equal to disabled. Sorry, input type equal to text or input type equal to number, but just you have to mention as an attribute disabled, so that text box will be disabled, means you cannot access or you cannot edit or you cannot enter any value in this text box where the values disabled is written. So what is a min? Min, as the name is min, means that is a minimum, means it will specify, it will restrict. As we know, these are the restriction. Okay, these are the restriction attribute of input tag. So if you give disable, no one can access this field. If you see, if you write min in that text box, so you have to decide the minimum range of that text box. Basically, min attribute and max attribute use with input type equal to number, input type equal to date, etc. Okay, so suppose if you want to, if you are going to create a form where only the person whose age is more than 80 can enter, can fill this form. So where age is a criteria, age is a restriction, so you can specify minimum age inside by using min attribute. Again, in the same way, if you are going to decide the age cannot be exceeded 100, that is a maximum age, so in that case you can assign that at that text box max attribute. Max, that is a maximum. Max attribute used to assign the maximum range and min attribute is used to give minimum range. So this thing we will see coding. By using coding you will get understand in a better way. So first we have to create a simple form. In that form we will create a text box that is disabled for, and after that I will show you how to use disabled attribute, disabled restriction. Then we will see what is a minimum, and after that we will see what is a maximum. Okay, so start our coding. How to start? We already know that we have a simplest software, that is a notepad. So we will go back to our desktop and we will search our notepad application. So I will just type notepad, so you will get notepad application. We will start. Okay, now we will start to create our form. So student, we are going to start our notepad application and we are going to write code for, just I am going to increase the font size so you will get a clear picture what I am going to do. Just increase it to 24, 26, whatever. So click, just take Arial, so it shows a clear picture, and regular. Okay, now as we know we are going to start notepad, and in notepad we will start our coding. So first I will write not doc type. So I have a question, why I have written not doc type then HTML. Let me tell you, this line shows that you are using HTML version 5. So we have n number of HTML versions, but in this lecture in your syllabus we have HTML5. This line shows the program is written inside the HTML5, doc type HTML. After that the similar HTML and closing HTML. Okay, again I am just writing the you know these thing in 11. Okay, I am just writing the basic code, that's head tag and closing head tag. This is my idea of writing code, how to write opening and how to write closing. Some teacher write all the tags sequentially, but I prefer to write opening tag and closing tag at the same time. Okay, so after that body tag and closing body tag. Okay, student, please pay attention. Each and every word I am writing, I am typing, okay, only because you can get clear picture of what I am doing, what you have to do. I am going to teach you from scratch. Okay, I'm not showing you any picture, any video which is already present on internet. I just want to show you each thing from each line of code. so you will get clear and you will understand each and everything. Okay, this thing I have just written, that is doc type, and I am telling the meaning of this line is this line shows, or this line tells the browser. Why I'm saying browser? Because the HTML codes runs on browser. So this line tells the browser that the coding written in this page is written in a language that is a HTML5. Why I'm saying HTML5? Because HTML has n number of version, okay, starting from 1.0 to the latest one is a HTML5. Okay, after that HTML coding is written in different tag. These are the tools and tags elements of HTML language I'm using. So the first tag and last tag is the HTML tag, that is opening and closing, and after that we have head tag on the top and we have body. And because these three tags, there's the HTML, head, body, these are the building blocks of HTML. If you want to write any types of code, if you want to create any types of application, these three tags are compulsory. You have to use, you have to write. Okay, after that our today's topic of discussion is input tag and its attribute, and in subtopic is a restriction input or input restriction, means how to control the text box, how to limit the user, how to give some rules and regulation to user so user can insert the correct value inside the form. So first we have to create a form. Before creating form, I just want to give the heading to form, that is h1. I can write input tag and its attributes. Okay, then closing h1. So I'm just going to save file so you can see the output. And again, please student, please listen one thing. Don't write whole code at the same time, at one time. Just write some code, then see the output. Write some code, then see the output. Write some code and see the output. So you will get the clear picture what is the effect of this line which you are going to insert. Okay, so I have just added single line. Okay, that is inside body tag I have added h1. So input type, input tag, and it's, this is the content. Okay, this content will display and other all thing will not display. Okay, why? Because these are supporting tools or tag which is used to display or which helps to display the some content. And what is the content? Which is written between the two tags. Okay, so this line, this character, this word will display, and what is h1, that is the highest heading, so this content will display in heading or in larger in size. So I'm just going to save. And how to save, again I'm telling, just click on save. So it will ask where you want to save. I'm going to save on desktop. Select desktop, then assign some file name. So for example, it's our restriction tag or input or anything, you can assign any name. So I am going to assign name restriction, that's a rist, you can write dot html. Okay, this dot html I have given the name. So save file. Now flip back to your desktop and see where your file has been saved. So I'm just going, yes, here this .html is already created on your desktop. Double click on this file, that is your browser. See student, right now we have only one thing, that is an input tag and its attribute. This is coming only because I have added h1. Inside h1 I have written some content. And what is the content? If you are not watching properly, I just want to increase the size. I just want to zoom. Okay, I think now you will get clear picture. Flip back to your browser. Okay, now I'm going to add a form. So form tag, opening and closing form tag. Okay, Now I'm going to assign some attribute, that is an attribute of form, that is a name. So you can assign any name. Name is an attribute of form type. You can write f1 or you can write anything. Then I'm going to add action. This thing you already know. What is action? Action is an attribute which is used to transfer form data to that destination. So in action I am going to write the destination. For example, destination, that is a kms.php. What is kms.php? kms.php is a page name. Okay, is a page name where the value, the data of this form will be transferred, okay, when user submit the button or submit the form. Then method. What is a method? Method is again an attribute which specifies which type of method you are using for transferring data. So I'm using get. Again we have two value, one is get, one is post. Get method, it will show the value of form on your URL, and post method will not show. It is secure. Post method is secure and it will directly transfer to your data to your destination page. So these things we have already done. I just want to refresh you. Okay, after that I am going to write our today's topic, that is we have to use that restriction attribute in certain input tag. So first I will take input, for example name. If name, that is the first name. Okay, again I am going to use input type equal to text. Okay, then name equal to t1. You can assign any name. This thing you already know. Okay, and just let it be. I'm going to add br. You know what is the use of br? That is break the line, new line. Okay, so I'm going to copy this content, control C, just to save your time. I'm not going to write each and everything. I'm just copying paste, and that is the first name, if name. Okay, then m name, that is a middle name. And I'm going to assign name as a t2. Okay, again one more thing, control V, that is a last name. Okay, and I am going to add one button, input type equal to submit. Okay, name equals to s1. I am going to assign, you can assign any name, and value. What is the use of value attribute in submit button? It will display the text or label on button. So value equal to submit, or you can say value equal to save. You can write any name, any value. Okay, right now I have just inserted these 4 line of code. Each thing we have already discussed. Till now we have not used what we are going to learn today. These are the previous lecture. Okay, flip back to your browser, just refresh the file. Right now it's showing only inputted because you have to refresh every time. So when you refresh you will get this thing, first name, that is the first text box, then second text box, third text box. Okay, and now button, input type equal to text, input type equal to text, input type equal to text. Okay, so in this text box you can write anything. Okay, first name you can write, for example I am going to write my first name as a Ehkam, my father's name is a Zia, and my last name is Ansari. Okay, so you can write anything. Now what we are going to learn today, first we will see disable. First we will see disable. Okay, restriction. Okay, first we will see disable as a attribute. So I will show you. For example, I don't want to accept last name or middle name. Okay, for example middle name. See here, student, please pay attention. I don't want to accept value of middle name. I don't want middle name from user. Okay, so in that case I will just go in this line and I will add disable. Okay, I will just add disabled attribute or restriction. Don't write any value. Disabled is a single attribute which don't have any value, so just mention disabled. Okay, save the file, flip back to your browser. Okay, see, to middle name I have given disabled. So right now I can type in disabled, but when you refresh the page, see, this text box is disabled. Now in first text box you can write, in second text box the cursor is not going to write or going to accept any value. So this box is now disabled. You cannot write, you cannot edit, even you cannot touch. Okay, when you go, the cursor is not going to type or allow to typing. Again, if you go in L name, that is the last name, you can type. Okay, so this is the feature of disabled attribute, or this is the restriction. You cannot, it restricts. Okay, it's won't allow, it's prohibit from the typing. Okay, so disable attribute is used to disable that text box. Okay, you are unable to type anything. Student, I hope you understood what is disable attribute. Okay, now we will add, now we will see the min attribute and the max attribute, that is a restriction attribute. So for example, I am going to add age. I will write min age, that is a minimum age. To accept age, for time being I am just going to take number. Input type equal to, you can take input type equal to date, time, month, you can take, but I just want to show the output. You can also choose input type equal to number for min attribute. So in min attribute you have to assign the minimum range in number. Okay, so input type equal to number, name equals to, for example I am going to give n1, you can assign anything, and I am going to use min attribute. Here you have to assign some value. Okay, so min equals to, you can mention minimum age, that is 18, for example. See, I have just added. Student, please pay attention on this line. Input type equal to number, because min and max attribute or restriction attribute is only compatible or used with input type equal to number or input type equal to month, date, time. Okay, that's why I have not taken input type equal to text, because inside text we don't have any range or any minimum characters. Okay, so if you want to take minimum, you have to use input type equal to number or input type equal to date, time, month, etc. So I have just taken input type equal to number, then I have assigned name, then this is our topic of discussion, that is a min. So min is a attribute, min is an attribute where I have assigned value as a 18. So save this file, just give one br. Okay, one more, so it will show in a clear manner. Okay, save the file and flip back to your browser, just refresh the page. Okay, now you will get this. This is the feature of number, so you can write any number. For example, if I am going to write 8, as you know I have given minimum number as 18. So when you write 8 and when you submit the page, please student pay attention, I have written 8, but when you submit the page, when you click on submit button, even not allowed to submit, just see there is a message. When you place your cursor, see there is a message, value must be greater than or equal to 18. This message in a very small letter, you won't be able to see, but I will show you in larger font. So when you click on save button, See, value must be greater than or equal to 18. This is the feature of restriction. Okay, it restrict. But if you enter 18 or more than 18, for example, I am going to add 18. So no message. When you click on save button, the form is submitted. Okay. So min attribute is specified. You cannot insert value less than that number which you have given. For example, if you are going to change, right now I have given 18. So if you allow 5, okay, so I have given 5. Click on save button, flip back to your browser, okay, refresh the page. Now see, if you add less than 5, that is a 4, again place your cursor, again you will get same message but with different value. Value must be greater than or equal to 5. See, in larger size, click on save. Value must be greater than or equal to 5. Okay, so whatever value you specify in that particular input tag, that message will pop up with that field. Okay, hope you understand. Now we will add one more attribute, that is max. Min and max both are equal, both are same, but the only difference is min attribute is specified to minimum range and max attribute is used to specify the maximum range. So I am just going to copy this content, this line of code, Control C, and I'm going to add Control V. Instead of min, I just want to change to max. Okay, N1, I'm just going to N2. Now max means if you increase the content more than that number, so it will give some error message. For example, the max age is 100. Means, what is mean by max? You cannot enter, okay, you cannot enter number more than 100. Less than 100 is okay, 0 is okay, 1 is okay, but more than 100 is not okay in restriction attribute of max attribute. So I'm going to save the file, flip back to your browser, refresh the page. So I have added one thing, okay, inside that I have given 5. For example, if you add 2, when you click on save, you will get message value must be greater than or equal to 5. So okay, I'm going to add greater than 5, that is a 5 you can insert. Okay, click on submit. It's okay, it is submitted. Okay, because 5 is the condition is true, or the rule is followed by the user. In max, okay, max I have given 100. So if you enter 20, 12, 11, 10, whatever, it is okay, it will not show any message, okay, because condition is followed. But if you enter more than 100, for example, I'm going to add 120. 120 is a greater than 100, so you will get a message value must be less than or equal to 100. Why it's showing 100? Because, why? Because I have given 100 inside the code. See here, I have given 100. So if instead of 100, if you give 10, okay, just click on save, flip back, refresh the file. Okay, in this I am going to add 7. In this I have given the maximum 10. So if you insert 11 and you click on save, value must be less than or equal to 10. Okay, initially it was showing 100 because I have written 100. Now it shows 10 because I have written 10. So student, just see what we have learned today. Today we have learned 3 attributes that is come under the category of restriction attribute or input restriction. Why I'm calling input? Because we are going to accept value from user, and if you are going to accept value from user, so user is free to insert any value. You are not going to watch what value user can insert, or user is going to insert in that form. So in advance, being a software engineer, being a IT person, you have to create a form. Logically user can insert a correct data. Okay, so to perform this thing we have to use something called restriction, something called constraint. So these restriction are used in your form, so your form logically and technically perform or collect the right data or information. So we have seen disabled attribute. If you want to disable any value, so use disabled attribute. If you want to assign some range, that is a minimum range and maximum range to a input field, so user can insert only that particular value. In that case you can use input type equal to number, or inside the date you can insert input type equal to date, month or time. In that text boxes you can use min and max attribute as a restriction attribute. Hope student you will understand today's lecture. If you have any query or any difficulties in today's lecture, please post comment. Inshallah I will try to solve your query. Thank you, and keep learning, keep watching, stay tuned with this channel, because every time new videos are uploaded for you. Thank you very much.